Welcome to the Injured Gadgets YouTube channel. Today we'll be doing a teardown and reassembly of the LG G7 ThinQ. We'll start by putting it on our CPB heating pad at 75 degrees Celsius for anywhere from 4 to 6 minutes. Now we can use our iFlex opening tool to loosen the back adhesive. Now there was an issue I ran into with this adhesive pad to the right of the rear camera, which gave me some trouble. Now that the back is removed, we can see that adhesive pad that gave me some trouble. And also, they have done away with the flex cable for the Touch ID and instead just use contact pads. Also, the normal wire cables have been done away with, and instead they replaced it with this flex cable, which is exposed, so when removing the back you will need to be careful. Next, we can remove the screws holding the loudspeaker and NFC coil to the phone. With the screws out, we can now remove the NFC coil and then the loudspeaker. Now before anything else, we will disconnect the battery. Followed by the LCD flex and the wire flex cable. And now the front camera. Now, I forgot to remove the SIM tray first, but you do need to remove the SIM card tray before you can get the motherboard out of the phone. Now we will pull up the motherboard and disconnect the dock flex, bringing the motherboard free. Now we can disconnect the rear camera and pull that free from the motherboard. Now, before removing the dock, there is a little plastic cover for the dock port, so that will need to be removed first. Now to remove the dock, I'll use a nylon spudger, and I'll start by wiggling it free and then pry the rest out with the nylon spudger. There is a microphone that is adhered to the bottom, so do be careful not to tear that. Here you can see me prying the microphone free with the nylon spudger. Next, we can remove the front camera. Now there is thermal paste on the device, so do be careful because that stuff can make quite a mess. And now we can remove the vibrator motor. Now to replace the dock, we'll make sure that microphone is sitting in its appropriate spot on its adhesive, and then fit everything back into position. Now to replace the rear camera, I noticed in this case that I was having a hard time getting the flex to connect, so I had to play with it a little bit. Now we can reconnect the dock flex to the main board and lower it back into the device. I will say it's a good idea to replace the vibrator motor first. I forgot, so I had to slide it in later. Here you can see me sliding the vibrator under the main board. It was fairly simple, since you didn't have to actually remove the main board again, but I would still recommend doing that first. And here we can reconnect the wire flex cable. And then we can reconnect the LCD flex cable. Now we'll also replace the plastic cover on the dock port. And replace the front-facing camera. Now, when replacing the NFC coil and loudspeaker, you will need to replace the NFC coil first because of the way they fit together. Now that the NFC coil and loudspeaker are back on, we can replace the screws. Now we'll use some 2mm red tape to adhere the back on. And finally, we can replace the glass back. So that completes our teardown and reassembly of the LG G7 ThinQ. Please remember to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and we'll see you next time.